Wakey, wakey!
Nice way to do it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Whoa.
It's that time of the morning where we bring you the very best of the very best.
When you hear Thursdays, you know another weekend is just around the corner. Yep, and that's indeed very true.
And when you get off bird early in the morning, you know it's time for the daily, unbeatable experience. You can only get this here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Oh, you bet. It promises to be a beautiful day. Do not resist the ride and do not fret because, hey, we've got a whole 2 hours and 45 minutes of great awesomeness for you on the show.
Yes, 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 we do. And we are not on this ride alone. I have brought my very delectable self. Yes, if I may say so myself.
It's all good. Get that cup of coffee or maybe even tea. Already time to snuggle up on the couch as you crank up your morning. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And my name is Ime Okwache. You can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
And of course, please remember to use the hashtag as you send in your comments. Would like to see that across all our social media platforms, okay?
You guys have been amazing, by the way. I mean, always been consistent with those comments. Please keep them coming. We'd like to hear from you. And do not forget that our app remains available for download at no cost in any Android or iOS store. To watch us on your mobile devices from anywhere in the world, people.
Oh, yes. So we remind you once again to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's tvcentertainment.tv. We say that every single day just because we want you to get it right. Yes. So please do.
And of course, you know, every Fridays, we bring you we take you down below where we give you an opportunity to join us for a chat with any celebrity guest. And this Friday will be no exception. So please, we're waiting to join us. There's someone very exciting who'll be joining us for a chat. So join us on Wake Up Nigeria Extra.
At 2:30. That's tomorrow, by the way. And I must say that she's looking absolutely fantastic. I couldn't take my eyes off of you, this morning when she came in. In fact, I almost, didn't read my lines, but nice one. So, it needed to be expressed. It's a very interesting title. I said that yesterday when I saw it.
Yes,
Okay, let's leave that discussion.
Go on,
because I was thinking
Mike,
that, a lot of things happen. At times when you hear some people, when they were in the relationship, it wasn't rape. It was after the relationship, like, there was one time I didn't say yes. But I get exactly where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And consent is consent. So I saw something just now, and you've seen that thing where somebody goes, on social media, I don't usually do this, but
and then they overdo it.
Like maybe say a challenge or something.
Understand.
And they go, just do it. What is the I don't usually do it? I try to form mature social media or something.
Referring to something in
No,
particular?
just general. I think I saw a challenge. It was a black and white challenge. I don't know if it was BLM challenge or something. But there was one challenge where you put up a black and white picture. I think it was ladies, and then you post on that lady.
Yeah, that was the women's challenge.
It was them.
So
it wasn't just us.
Like 90% of the challenge I saw, you just say, I don't usually do this. What is that you don't usually do?
What was that challenge about anyway?
We don't jump on challenges.
Oh, really? What was it about?
So basically, it was
women supporting women.
Yes, it was women supporting women. It was an advocacy that started, I think, in Turkey. Yes, to end violence against women. Certain women, some sorts of women were being discriminated. Obviously, I can't really remember in detail, but it started in Turkey. And then everyone jumped on the challenge.
And of course, we Nigerians, we jumped on it as well. It's our way. I had the hardest time waking up this morning. It was so difficult.
Hello, mister. You had the whole day yesterday.
I know, but
rest.
I know. Normally, do you set your snooze on your alarm? Why do we do that? Who invented that? They should be jailed.
It does make sense.
Does
so
it?
if you plan 4:30 to wake up, then you put your alarm 4:20 or maybe 4:15. So that when it comes up, you can snooze like two or three times. That's what I do.
Yeah, but the trick
that is me. So when someone
Mike, there are times where you try that and you just say, okay, can I take just another 5 minutes sleep? Before you know it,
it comes up the alarm.
1 hour.
You hear that second alarm or
I hear
third
it.
alarm.
It's not.
I
There are some alarms.
It always
They know.
seems like
I don't use
that little space, that little time you want to take sleep.
not
You should have adaptive alarm. The alarm will know that the second time I need to be angrier, so it will be louder.
Do you know what I do?
Yeah.
First off, you have to have that alarm louder, and it has to be away from you, so that you can actively get up and go put it off.
stretch.
Confirm now,
So I
confirm.
put my phone in a bowl So the sound is amplified.
Wow.
And then it's away from the bed. So I have to get up, go there, and switch it off.
That's
By
an
then I'm awake.
interesting hack, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. That's something people should do. You guys should do that a lot, because if you keep it by your bedside like there, like this, 5 minutes, 1 hour later.
Oh my, okay.
I don't like that.
And
at
not
all.
in a city like Lagos.
No.
But I like the
you don't get
snooze.
up
The
early.
snooze function is it's the most, for me, it's the most important part of the alarm.
Oh,
because if it was just
Jesus.
one straight alarm, it's going to be hard, man. So I give it will snooze like 3 times, 2-3 times.
What's
So
your alarm? Is it a melody? Is it a
has-
song?
one song. Yeah, one song.
I like
That's
it
the only
annoying.
thing that sound.
Yeah.
It's not really annoying, but it's a song I used to like. But now the thing has played too much now, so because the alarm,
you get used to
alarm
it.
hates the song. So if I hear the song now,
So
I want to slap the song. But I just still left the
For
song.
most people, they get used to that alarm sound, so it doesn't wake them up at all. So it's advised that you actually change your alarm maybe every week and stuff
Oh,
like
really?
that. Yeah, I use very annoying sounds. Very, and I mean annoying, that even the neighbors will hate it.
I had this. There's this alarm. Okay, there was this phone I had. Then I think I can still remember. It was a phone I really wanted. I think I almost saved for the phone. There was a time I was saving for the phone and I
Almost
stopped.
saved.
It was this Walkman phone. Then like, something like saying.
I know
it was
the one.
very
I
very
know the
nice
one.
phone.
I know
But I
the
think
one.
when I got it, something happened. The screen cracked. I think an alarm was on. I got it from somebody, and you need to see the ringtone. And this phone, even if the phone is off, the alarm will still ring. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, there
I
are
like
phones
that.
like
There are phones like that.
They're actually phones like that. I
You
think
need to
mine
guess
is-
the soundtrack.
yeah.
This
But
thing
let me
was-
guess. Was that it?
This was a soundtrack that haunted me when I was younger. Willy Willy soundtrack.
Oh my word.
I swear.
What's really, really?
Don't worry, you don't need to know. Those that know, they know. If you know, you know.
You have been in
It was
this
Willy Willy soundtrack.
She doesn't know Willy Willy?
It was
Willy
hot cash.
Our very own first horror movie. Very
In
own,
the
very-
night, I just heard.
First season.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey! The cold in me, you can't snooze. The way you will wake up.
I can imagine.
The way you wake up.
I think it's that time where we bring the news
Alrighty.
to you, and Mazin will be taking that, of course.
Well, thank you very much, MM. All right, let's do the news. Today, we begin the news in Abuja, where a new pump price of petrol for the month of September under the price modulation mechanism is now pegged at 151 naira 56 kobo per litre, by the way, from the depot. This reflects the new price adjustment effective yesterday. That's according to the latest Pipeline and Product Marketing Company memo. The Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria had forecast a price about 155 naira per litre. The chairman of the association, however, believes that there is still an element of subsidy because of the prices that were posted for the month of August, for instance. NNPC retailed petrol at 145 naira when they expect the price should be closer to 155 naira. Petrol price was increased by marketers to between 148 naira and 115 naira per litre in August, as the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency remained silent as regards the guiding retail price for the month. Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has directed its members in the southwest region of the country to begin sales of fuel at 162 naira. Meanwhile, reactions have continued to trail the increase in the price of petrol announced yesterday, as the minority caucus in the House of Representatives has condemned this increase in the pump price from 148 naira to 151 naira per litre. The leader, Ndidu Elumelu, described this increment as unacceptable because it will directly result in more hardship for citizens due to the prevailing economic challenges in the country. He challenged the federal government to come up with strategies that would lead to a decrease, including revamping the nation's refineries. The opposition lawmakers also directed the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agencies to immediately rescind its decision and revert to former price. The Nigeria Labour Congress has also rejected the federal government's increase in the pump price for fuel. NLC, through its president, Ayuba Waba, stated this as a shock at the spate of increase of price of petroleum products in the past months. The NLC president says the increase in the price of petrol in the last 3 months, the hike in electricity tariff, as well as the reduction in the interest rate of savings are targeted at further impoverishing the poor and the vulnerable. According to the statement, NLC will call its organs to deliberate on the development and its next line of action, as it could no longer guarantee industrial peace and harmony. The federal government will continue to monitor the activities of terrorists online to control radicalization of Nigerians by terrorist groups and other violent cells. President Muhammadu Buhari said this was important following the huge traffic online and growing constraints on physical contacts and movements due to the coronavirus pandemic. The president's special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, stated that the remarks were made on Wednesday in Abuja at the AQABA process virtual meeting, the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. President Buhari added the federal government would sustain efforts to make adjustments to new lifestyles and be sensitive to the security underpinnings, and experts try to find vaccines for COVID-19. He noted that Nigeria developed a robust framework led by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 to undersee the country's multi-sectorial intergovernmental efforts at containing the spread of the virus. President of the Nigeria Bar Association, Olumide Apata, says the Nigeria Bar is not divided either by religion or ethnicity. He made the statement at an interaction with about 40 chairmen from different branches of the association in the northern part of the country. Mr. Apata cautions lawyers against prescribing divisive tendencies, pledging that the association will reach out to disenchanted or aggressive members. Acting Chairman, Arewa Lawyers Forum, Elisha Kura, stressed that the forum has disassociated itself from the recently formed New Nigeria Bar Association known as NNBA.
We are not split along any lines, religious, ethnic, or whatever. As lawyers, we are able to agree to disagree. As lawyers, we are able to canvass our respective positions within the bounds of civility. And we are, as far as this association is concerned, we are only going to get better.
And we hereby restate our true allegiance to the NBA and dissociate ourselves from the new NBA in court or any splinter group whatsoever making the waves in the recent weeks as a new association stroke body of lawyers in Nigeria.
And that's it on the news update for this hour. Let's take a break now.
All right, it's time for the dailies this morning.
Were we caught in the act?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Let's get serious now. Let's do the papers, the headlines.
Yes, we should. And Mazino.
No, ladies first.
All right. Thanks for being a gentleman. All right. And then we'll be starting with the Punch. Today's date, Thursday, September 3rd, 2020. And on the cover of the Punch newspaper this morning, we have outrage as depot price hike may push petrol to 160. And at the top of the paper here, FEC approves $3.1 billion automation project for customs, and Naira rebounds exchange for 420 per dollar.
Whoa.
Speculators count losses, and Maina asks Malami to review fraud charges against him. And Nigeria records 1.8 trillion trade balance deficit in second quarter, says NBC. And at the bottom of the paper here, quickly, we have Northern lawyers leaders reject NBA splinter group, and police arrest suspect over invasion of Abiola's residence, theft. And finally, abductors of Ondo doctors reduce 100 million naira demand to 6 million naira. And that's it on the cover of the Punch newspaper this morning.
And let's do The Nation this morning for a Thursday. Big headline here, Buhari, corrupt middlemen behind rising food prices. Floods destroy 450,000 hectares of rice farm. How will prevent food scarcity by president? At the top of the paper, 7 held for robbery in Abiola's home. Cash, valuables stolen, and electricity consumers seek tariff reversal. Timing not appropriate. By-elections. Lagos APC picks candidates today. Oba of Benin to politicians. Rein in your thugs. Right in the middle there, you can find this headline, $22.7 billion approved loans still intact, says DMO, and PPMC fixes petrol price at 151 naira 56 kobo. Pump price may hit 162 naira. At the very side, to the right of the paper here, Ghana speaker raises hope of truce with Nigeria. Bajabiamila Koye meet. And that's it on the Nation for this morning.
And on the cover of the Daily Sun newspaper, we have gunmen attack MKO Abiola family house. Suspects with us, says the police. And at the bottom of the paper here, Nigerians kick as fuel price hits 152 naira per litre. And COP sues federal government over Karma. Rejects water resources bill, group tells National Assembly. And BUA to build 200,000 BPD integrated refinery petrochemical projects, and FEC ratifies $3.1 billion customs modernization projects. And at the top of the paper here, in Ngige, Arthur Eze renew verbal war. And a pretty sad story here, man locks up son in cage for 2 years in Katsina. You can find that on page 5 of the Daily Sun.
Too many of those stories about recently, past 4 weeks, we've had too many of those.
Yeah, pretty sad one.
The Guardian newspaper now, external reserves fall below threshold. You can see to the side a chart showing countries against their external reserves as it tries to compare them. And confusion as petroleum marketers fix price at 162 naira a litre. Marketers blame government for chaos, say government still toying with subsidy. Increase unacceptable, House Minority Caucus declares. PDP describes hike as callous, cruel, punishing. SPN asks NLC, TUC to lead protest. And at the top of the paper for The Guardian, government okays $3 billion to automate customs, 26 billion naira for airports, NDLEA others. Labour threatens to ground power sector over new tariff. And FG makes NIB seizures from border closure in 1 year. Oh, I apologize. That will be 11 billion naira seizures. And on page 5, you'll find this story here. 8 die in Kebbi Kanu accident. And you can find the stats for the COVID-19 cases in Nigeria there, as total number rises to 54,463 cases. Discharged 42,000 and some, and deaths 1,027. And that's it for the headlines this morning. Join us inside the second hour. We'll do it again and give you more of those dailies. And
and there's still so much more. People, stay with us.
Do.
Welcome back. It is Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for us to do the best we can to make your journey faster and easier in and around Lagos. My name is MM, and this is the traffic situation if you are in the Ikorodu area of Lagos State this morning. Yes, people, I got you. And of course, I've got the gang in the kitchen, Mike and Mazinho. They'll be updating us, of course, on Twitter. Hello, guys. Hello, guys.
Hey, MM. Hey, what's going on?
Mazino. Okay, so if you live in Ikorodu and you're making your way out of the Ikorodu area of Lagos this morning and you are around Ikorodu roundabout, I always use that, talk about that spot because it is quite popular and it's very central. So at this time, right now, there is light traffic at the Ikorodu roundabout bus stop. But as you approach Agric, it lightens up a bit. And just as you approach Agric, there is very, very, very tight traffic in that area. And just right after it, it's free flowing till you get to Ogolonto. And so there is light traffic at the Ogolonto area, in the Ogolonto this morning, and then it becomes lighter and light traffic all the way. Let's see. Quite interesting. And there is traffic suddenly. Just as you approach Owode Oniri, the traffic gets really, 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 really tight. And all the way to Mile 12, the traffic situation isn't smiling at all the way to K2, by the way. And as we know very much, the main road, with the main Mile 12 road, is currently under construction. So there are diversions on the service lane and on the other road going into Ikorodu. So if you are on that road right now, please drive carefully. And if you're, in any of those public transport buses, please be patient. We'll all get there. And if you can take a nap while you're at it, please do. It's not that serious anyways. And just right after Kate, so let's see what the traffic situation on the Lagos Ikorodu road is like. Okay, so at the moment it's quite free. No traffic at all. So Maryland, Anthony area, no traffic. Urbanico road. So there are light traffics at the various bus stops. And Mazino is looking at me. I don't know if you have any other updates.
I'm looking at you because it seems you want to finish the traffic yourself. I'm like, okay, no problem.
Yes, so please go ahead.
Why don't you go ahead and finish it yourself?
That's why you were
Since you're feeling all trafficky today.
If you have any updates on Twitter, let us know.
All right, so there's a couple of hot spots here. I like to help people coming from the Apapa and also the Amodofi area. It's actually free, that area today, Mal, so it's not too bad. The end of the Lagos-Badagry Expressway at the end, just at the bridge at Orile, is a bit of a bottleneck, but you'll be through that one in no time. And if you're using the Apapa Expressway all the way to Oshodi, just as you're getting close to the Bagada area, or rather, yes, the Bagada area, there's plenty of traffic on that lane all the way until you get to the foot of the Third Mainland Bridge. This is because of the constructions that are going on. And yeah, that's as much as I have for you guys. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mazino. So right now, the Eko Bridge seems to be free-flowing, and there is a pocket of traffic just as you approach Akpomo, but it's not so bad at all. And that's it on traffic update for now, guys. What are we talking about?
All righty.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll let you guys know.
We're talking about
we're having an argument, I and Mike.
Yeah. No argument. Don't argue.
About Nigerian education. And this came up because I wanted to celebrate the fact that Lasso is ranked #2 in Nigeria now since after yesterday. Great work to the VC, Professor Olariwaju Fagbo, who has led this effort for the past 4 years. I'm excited about it because I'm a graduate of the famed university. I love it. I wish Mary was here so we could share the joy together. But Mike seems to have other thoughts about this celebration.
No, just generally, I think the standard of education in Nigeria is not worth celebrating.
Oh my
That's just it, basically. I mean, what worldwide now? How many?
Worldwide, we're ranked
#1
inside top 600.
That's UI.
UI is #1 in Nigeria.
And it's where? That's always been #1. How so? So I decided to check out the metrics that are used, aka the parameters or the criteria for picking this. And from QS, they have 6 metrics. #1, which is takes about 40% of the vote, is academic reputation. So reputation has to do with survey.
So, yeah.
So they'll get about 10,000 people to survey and all of that. And you see, we've always mentioned that one of the problems we have in Africa is bad PR and all that. So that survey has to do more with PR than really. But yeah, academic reputation. #2 is employer reputation.
Okay.
#3 is faculty-student ratio, which is where we really are very, very low. That will hit us down very much. Citations per faculty would also not score so much on that one. Then international faculty ratio, and then international student ratio, which is why we would always do very badly when it comes to that, in that regard. I mean, when you think about it, where you had, I don't know how it is now, but the best lecturers or people that took pride in themselves being the best lecturers were those who the most students failed their courses.
Yes.
That's how school was for us, man. You go to, man, you know now, you know how it is.
But let me let you
How
know.
it was, I don't know how it exactly is now.
Regarding this outcome, however, it was noted that Lasso was one of the schools that were already ready to already start their curriculum, even in these times, the pandemic and all. These guys can already go on with lectures virtually and all. They have all of that. So you have to look at it where we stand now regarding the global situation. And that is a very good thing to look at, or very good characteristic to take note of. So I'm proud of the school.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
happy that we're number 2. Finally, it's like you guys in football. I'm so about Lasso.
I mean, Lasso was infamous for, of course,
Yes.
sport-related activities.
We know that, but that's in the
so when I hear
past.
Lasso, and I'm thinking about, okay, for something for education, then kudos, number 2 in Nigeria. Kudos, well done. UI has always been that number. I don't know why UI has
We're
always
going to be
stayed
number 1
there.
very soon, don't worry.
I don't know why UI has always been there, staying there.
Hey, well, congratulations
You know.
to Lasso.
But then I just wanted to mention, of course, the top 4, 5, maybe even 6 US schools. Of course, number 1 has to be MIT.
Of course.
MIT is number 1. Stanford is number 2. Harvard is number 3.
Stanford.
You know, some of the hardest schools to get into in the world.
But you'll be surprised how many Nigerians actually make it through in there. And it's a fact that when Nigerians go abroad, they excel when it comes to academics. I have friends here who were dullards. I'm not going to mention your names. I'm this close to mentioning your names. Who were dullards in class. But after they left Nigeria, they became best in class. They graduated with honors and stuff like that. So think about that as well. We are grilling you for the international world. We're
The
grilling
environment
you.
there is enabling.
Like
when you, I mean, you can have a
You
chat
know-
with your lecturer. My friend who was schooling us at the same time, we were at school together, and then he left. When he told us some kind of things, we were wondering. I mean, you have a chat with your lecturer, and you go visit your lecturer, and he offers you coffee.
That's
We'll go visit your lecturer here. You stand outside. You stand outside.
Hours.
Did you have any squabbles with
Hours.
lecturers in school?
Did I have any squabbles with any lecturer back in school? Okay, so first of all, I went to a private school, and that's one of the, no, to be sincere, I'm going to be very frank.
Okay, those ones we call glorified secondary school.
Keep quiet, Joe. And I'm going to be very frank. Yeah. It's very unfortunate that I feel that parents, I'm not blaming my parents here. It's just personal because I mean, one of the major reasons why parents actually send their kids to private schools is to avoid strike and to avoid, you know, all those students, lecturers, sexual harassment. There are other reasons.
One more reason.
Okay.
When jam you.
And when jam you.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
go ahead.
also
Thought about it
that
something.
way.
Yes, actually.
Let's hope it's actually
Yes, very
false.
true. Very true.
So that makes it easier to get in the private schools.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you have, of course, no.
Yes.
So
It's-
that makes
it's about the
us that
shadows.
went to Uniport and Lasso.
It's about the
strong.
cheddar. It's not easy.
It's not about that.
Hey, all of a sudden, it's not about that.
No, it's not.
Incidentally, I don't know how it
But
is.
wait
I
a
don't know how
minute,
it is
Mike.
that
I was going to say that
Yeah.
I am saying that I feel that parents really need to do a lot of investigations before they take their children to any private
school.
university.
How sure can you
Private
be as a
university.
parent? I mean,
like I said,
listen,
do your investigation, ask questions.
it's a social jungle out there at the end of the day. Where you put your kid anywhere, you just have to hope that the home training that you gave them is going to serve.
I'm not going to call out my school.
Okay, but why should they investigate? Is it the quality there or
Yes, standard. You need to-
scholastic quality or living conditions? What?
Social issues and
Everything.
everything.
Well, there was
Everything.
this
You need
picture,
to
there was this
investigate
image
it
I leaked
thoroughly.
online of, I actually can't remember the school, but even if I remember, I won't call them out. There was this image I leaked online, and you need to see the hostel. Man.
Which school? Oh, you can't tell.
I don't even know, I can't remember. It was a private
I'm
school.
sure private. Are you sure it's
Image-
private?
Yes, it was private. The image leaked online. The hostel looked like
Prison.
what
Police
they call
station.
this now? I'm looking for the best urinary.
Ooh.
I mean, you
Are you
need
sure
to
it's a
see.
private
Very,
school?
it was so private, very, very private. You know, the private of the private. In fact, now you mention. You said, now I remember the name now because of the way you are trying to do now. If you do anyhow, I will show you the image. I was going to say, if you went to,
No, because I mean, it's not justified if a parent is going to spend so much money.
It's coming off. Take it easy. Please, let's wrap this up, I beg.
I
Before
should
she starts
do-
hitting tables, because I heard yesterday she was breaking tables here.
big issue.
Please.
It's coming soon. But I heard you were just shouting anyhow.
Thank you very much. Do stay tuned. It's the
What
Wake Up
point was you
Nigeria.
giving?
And of course, an exciting 1 hour has gone by.
Yes, 1 hour first. Hey, Mike, by the way, NFF announced that we're going to be having a friendly. Nigeria and is it Cote d'Ivoire? Where are we having it again? It's not Nigeria, definitely.
Also, so a lot of associations are not, apart from mostly Europe, because of COVID.
Pandemic, of course.
So UEFA has been able to manage, or Europe as a whole has been able to manage the crisis much more than other federations. I don't know if Africa should be thinking of any friendly or anything now, because Our local league has even called it off. Sporting activities have not resumed. There's a lot that's still not resumed because we're still coming to grips with exactly how to manage it. But for the other places, they are starting their well, it's a tournament, but it started as a friendly, but they're having matches today, tomorrow, and up until next week. That's UEFA and all of that. So, but if we're having a friendly...
In Austria, by the way.
Okay, it has to be in Europe because here, man, it's not... And then, of course, players have to be tested and all of that. There has to be, but in Africa...
No, not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. It can't happen in Africa for now because we're still coming to grips with managing COVID-19.
Seems like it's going to be a very long time until our local leagues actually start to...
It is.
And that's sad for business and all the businesses around football and all of that.
It is.
Generally.
Generally.
Okay, talking about tests, I can't even start to fathom why they're so expensive.
50,000 naira for a test, though, by the way.
It's
if you want to do one...
global pandemic. It's
really,
really sad.
So you see,
how many people can actually afford?
I mean, people get sick. They're scared to go to the hospital for two reasons. One, they're scared that it might be,
overcharged.
COVID-19, and then they're scared that they will be charged that much to do a test.
To do a test, yeah.
I thought, was it Cote d'Ivoire or Senegal? Senegal came up with a reasonably priced test.
Exactly.
kit.
You see, that's the thing. But you see, generally worldwide, whenever something is cheaper, a lot of people might not like the idea of something being cheaper because some people might not make money as much as you'd expect.
This is health we are talking about here.
You don't know how politics go.
No, I have a question for MM. Where'd you get your hat? Does your hat come with a label? It's one of those big labels. Now, if you found another hat that was made in Aba, would you buy it?
Okay, so wait a minute, Mazino. Do you think that the...
Go on, I'm listening.
Do you think that the for example, someone who earns 15,000 naira or 30,000 naira will be bothered about if the hat has a label or not? Do you think that's his own is, I see the hat,
Mike,
I like
help, her voice
if
is
it's
rising.
even 1,500 naira,
the earring will soon fall off now. And will come around your neck. They will hook you with that earring now. You know you that went to
word. Okay.
It's time first.
Don't worry.
Right? Okay, it's time first take news now.
Alrighty. So we begin the news in Abuja again, where a new pump price of petrol for the month of September under the price modulation mechanism is now pegged at 151 naira 56 kobo per litre from the depot. This reflects the new price adjustment effective yesterday. That's according to the latest Pipeline and Product Marketing Company memo. The Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria had forecast a price about 155 naira per litre. The chairman of the association, however, believes that there is still an element of subsidy because of the prices that were posted for the month of August. For instance, NNPC retailed petrol at 145 naira when they expect the price should be closer to 155 naira. Petrol price was increased by marketers to between 148 naira and 150 naira per litre in August, as the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency remained silent as regards the guiding retail price for the month. Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has directed its members in the southwest region of the country to begin sales of fuel at 162 naira per litre. Meanwhile, reactions have continued to trail the increase in the price of petrol announced yesterday, as the minority caucus in the House of Representatives has condemned the increase in the pump price from 148 naira to 158 naira per litre. Their leader, Ndidu Elumelu, describes the increment as unacceptable because it will directly result in more hardship for citizens due to the prevailing economic challenges in the country. He challenged the federal government to come up with strategies that would lead to a decrease, including revamping the nation's refineries. The opposition lawmakers also directed the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency to immediately rescind its decision and revert to the former price. The Nigeria Labour Congress has also rejected the federal government's increase in the pump price of fuel. NLC, through its president Ayuba Waba, stated that it is in shock at the spate of increase of price of petroleum products in the past months. The NLC president says the increase of the price of petrol in the last 3 months, the hike in electricity tariff, as well as the reduction in the interest rate of savings are targeted at further impoverizing the poor and the vulnerable. According to the statement, NLC will call its organs to deliberate on the development and its next line of action, as it could no longer guarantee industrial peace and harmony. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, says he is hopeful that Nigeria and Ghana will arrive at mutually acceptable resolutions to the trade disputes that erupted some weeks ago. The Speaker, who led a delegation of lawmakers on a diplomatic mission to Ghana, spoke when they were received by the Ghanaian counterpart, Mike Okwaye. Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila said the two-day visit to Ghana is meant to explore legislative diplomacy towards resolving the issues affecting both countries. Alongside the Speaker on the legislative diplomatic mission to Ghana are the Chairman House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Buba Yusuf, Chairman House Committee on Media, Benjamin Kalu, and House members of ECOWAS Parliament. And the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, reported 216 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the country's total number of cases to 54,463. Plateau State again recorded the highest number with 59 new infections. Rivers came in second place with 27 new cases, followed by Abia with 22. So far, 42,439 people have been discharged, while 1,027 people have died from the coronavirus complications. And President of the Nigeria Bar Association, Olumide Apata, says the Nigeria Bar is not divided either by religion or ethnicity. He made the statement at an interaction with about 40 chairmen from different branches of the association in the northern part of the country. Mr. Apata cautioned lawyers against describing, or rather prescribing, divisive tendencies, pledging that the association will reach out to disenchanted or aggressive members. Acting Chairman, Arewa Lawyers Forum, Elisha Kura, stressed that the forum has disassociated itself from the recently formed New Nigeria Bar Association, known as NNBA. And German Chancellor Angela Merkel says a critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin, Alexei Navalny, had been the victim of a crime after test results proved he was attacked with a Soviet-style Novichok nerve agent. 44-year-old Navalny was airlifted to Germany late August after collapsing on the flight from the Serbian city of Tomsk to Moscow, which had to make an emergency landing in Omsk. He is said to still be in a serious condition. Chancellor Merkel added that the plot was meant to silence Mr. Navalny, raising serious questions which only the Russian government can and must answer. Novichok was also used in a 2018 attack on former Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia in the British city of Salisbury, in which they survived, but a member of the public, Don Sturges, was killed. Novichok is a deadly group of nerve agents developed by the Soviet military in the 1970s and the 1980s. Kremlin spokesman, however, said Germany had not informed it that it believed Mr. Navalny had been poisoned. And of course, you are welcome once again. Let's do the front page as we proceed to the paper headlines for this morning. Let's start already with the Vanguard newspaper. It's all headlines on the front page of the Vanguard for Thursday. Today, the 3rd of September. First big headline here, rage, uncertainty as petrol price rises to 162 naira per litre. PPMC hike depot price from 138.62 naira to 151.56 naira. IPMAN orders members to sell at 162 naira per litre. PDP rejects new price. Reps ask PPMC to halt price hike. I warned, Fayose speaks on new petrol price. Nigerians must resist it, says JAF, and Serap. CACO call for immediate reversal. Reverse hike in 48 hours, says NANS, and it's insensitive, says ASU. CSOs reject new price. APC defense fuel price hike, says products now available nationwide. Looming recession will be severe, says NACCIMA. And COVID-19, Lagos records 20 new infections as confirmed cases rise to 54,663. To the side, the left corner of the Vanguard this morning, NECA, Serap, Kako kick against rise in electricity tariff this time. And Global Citizens, NSIA, to launch Nigeria Solidarity Support Fund today. Education, Osun overturns Aregbesol's policy, asks schools to revert to old names. And FEC ratifies $3.1 billion custom modernization project. Bottom of the page here, Oshiomhole Obaseki's conflict gives me sleepless nights, says Oba of Benin, tells them to stop violence, emulate Jonathan. The photo story here, Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila with the Ghanaian counterpart Professor Mike Okwaye after a legislative diplomatic meeting to resolve some issues between two countries in Accra yesterday. Let's move on now to the Nation newspaper. On the front page of the Nation newspaper, Buhari, corrupt middlemen behind rising food prices. Flood destroys 450,000 hectares of rice farms. How will prevent food scarcity? And that's by the president. To the side on that one, Ghana speaker raises hope of truce with Nigeria. Gbajabiamila Okwaye meet. And you can see a picture of them right smack in the middle of those headlines. At the very top of the paper for the Nation, 7 held for robbery in Abiola's home, cash and valuables stolen. Electricity consumers seek tariff reversal, timing not appropriate. And by-elections, Lagos APC picks candidates today. About Benin to politicians, rein in your thugs, please. PPMC fixes petrol price at 151 naira 56 kobo. And also $22.7 billion approved loan still intact, says DMO. Find all of those stories inside of the Nation newspaper for today, Thursday, 3rd September. Let's do The Guardian now. And front page of The Guardian, big headline here, external reserves fall below threshold. See a depiction of reserves per country on that chart by the side there. Confusion as petrol marketers fix price at 162 naira a litre. Marketers blame government for chaos, say government still toying with subsidy. Increase unacceptable, House Minority Caucus declares, and PDP describes hike as callous, cruel and punishing. SPN asks NLC and TUC to lead protests. At the top of the paper, government okays a $3 billion to automate customs, 26 billion naira for airports and NDLEA and others. Labour threatens to ground power sector over new tariff. Find that inside of page 4. And on the same page, FG makes 11 billion naira seizures from border closure in 1 year. 8 die in Kebbi Kano accident. That's on page 5. The stats for the COVID-19 cases in Nigeria in blue there, and total number, as said from before, 54,463 confirmed cases. Moving on swiftly, we have next the Daily Trust. As food security threatened as floods destroy farms, very first big headline you'll meet, rice, maize, sorghum, others affected. It's a major setback, says Buhari, and farmers confused over loans. Experts urge government to support dry season farming. It's about time. Petrol price rises above 151 naira. Nigerians react, and water bill not meant to give president absolute control, says Rep. Dogua. Robbers raid MK Abiola's house, torture family. Sad. Photo story here at the bottom of the page. Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Bagudu assesses a submerged farmland in the state. On the right are farmlands and a road flooded at Shira local government area of Bauchi State and at Damu Jumba Road in Bauchi. Those are the pictures you'll meet on the front page of the Daily Trust and indeed the headlines as well. Let's try and see how much more we can shoehorn into this little space here. Let's do the This Day paper. Seeking peace above Benin, chides Obaseki Izeyamu over electoral violence, warns kingsmakers against making political statements, urges candidates to emulate Buhari Jonathan. No cause for alarm, Edo CP assures monarch. And Buhari laments destruction of lives, farmlands in Kebbi State. At the top of the paper, CBN begins clearing of $2 billion forex backlog. And bottom, in the blue border here, Northern Lawyers rally support for NBA to zone splinter groups. Indeed, that's it for the papers, the second hour. Do stay tuned. We've got more coming up, and I bet you're going to love what we have stewing in the kitchen. If you stay tuned, I think Emmem's got that one on a lockdown.
Thank you very much, Mazzino. Yes, yes, yes. Guess who's making his debut on the show this morning? Chef Agabus. Yes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's great to have you, by the way.
Thank you.
Guess what, people? He brought Irish plantains and potatoes. I love potatoes. Now, this morning on the show, Chef Agabus will be making baked potatoes with mackerel. Yes, what Mike calls scubia. All right, so let's talk about the ingredients we're working with.
All right, this is actually one of my favorite dishes.
Yeah.
It's actually amazing because the flavors are built together from the beginning, and you have all the flavors in the same dish. No one is left out, right? So we start by boiling our potatoes with onion puree and salt.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, for that flavors.
I can imagine all of that onion flavor is going to go into those potatoes.
So we build the flavors from there. So afterwards, when it's cooked, we strain the water, then pan snare it with loads of herbs and loads of herbs.
Yeah, let's talk about the herbs you'll be using.
Okay, so we have, I have oregano, I have fresh oregano, yeah.
Fresh, wow,
Yeah.
guys. When was the last time we saw fresh oregano?
Yeah.
Wow, really?
They always have dried ones, yeah.
And it smells
So I saw it, yeah.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, so we
Go
have
ahead.
fresh oregano, we have parsley, I have fresh thyme.
Oh,
Yes, fresh thyme.
Wow,
We have
that's a lot of fresh herbs.
yes, crayfish, tomatoes, blended chili peppers,
Okay.
salt. I have chicken stock to boil the potatoes with to build flavor. I have my onion puree, this garlic puree, soy sauce, and my vegetable oil. Yes,
Now
of
let's talk
course,
about
the
what we're going to
mackerel.
do with our mackerel.
All right, for the mackerel, I'm going to make incisions like 1 mm apart on the mackerel on both sides. So when I marinate with the spice, it goes in.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the spices you're going to be using to marinate?
Basically, I'm going to use like salt, soy sauce, garlic, and my fresh thyme to do that.
Nice,
Yes.
nice. I can't wait to see this. Guys, I mean, this is quite interesting. And of course, just in case you missed out on the ingredients, we'll be displaying it right now on your screen. So go grab a pen and a paper and scribble down those ingredients just in case you want to catch them over the weekend. And I'll run through them again. So we have our salt, thyme, paprika. Okay, but there's no...
Use chili.
Oh, chili in place of paprika.
Yeah, paprika,
okay,
yeah.
yes, great. Potatoes, white wine, vegetable oil,
white wine.
mackerel, crayfish, fish sauce, onion puree, and fresh tomatoes. Yeah. Oh, yes, we have a bit of white wine here. So, Chef Agabus forgot to mention it earlier on. So the thing with white wine is it actually like activates all of the ingredients you'll be using. Yes, fantastic.
And it's always great with fish.
It's always great with fish. Amazing, guys. You need to try it. But just a little bit, please. Don't go and intoxicate yourself. That's not the idea here. Yes, okay, so let's get cooking.
All right. So first of all...
And I see you have spring onions here.
Yes, spring onion just for the garnish.
Okay,
and rest.
Great.
So we have water here. And I'll pour in my chicken stock.
Okay. And guys, please take note. The water in the pot is not so much. Yeah. So that they don't go like.
Okay, the water is not so much. Yeah. I had to make it low so the onion does not lose its flavor.
Lose its flavor, yes.
It goes into the
potatoes.
The potatoes, yeah. So I'll add a little bit of salt.
Okay. And of course, we have our Irish potatoes here. I'm sure you can use sweet potatoes as well.
You can use sweet potatoes as well.
Plantain?
Plantain, it depends. There's a technique to that.
Okay.
You don't have to, if it's ripe, you don't have to boil it for so long because it becomes soggy and soft, right? Yeah. So, yeah.
So we're going to add in our onion puree.
Thank you. So I'm adding the onion puree.
All right, guys, so this is another hack. We've been dropping a lot of hacks on the show this morning. Pretty excited. But the onion puree, actually, to get the best out of your onions, Just blend it. I'm telling you. Oh man, I tried it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Because I went to Malta and I like bought a lot of onions. Wow. And what I did was like I blended like half of it, and then I put it in the freezer, and then I used it to make stew.
Wow, it's really, really amazing.
Whoa, guys. Mind blowing, I tell you, it's not even a joke. Yeah, so if I mean, you don't even have to use a lot of spices. Once you have your onions, you're good to go. Yes. Trust me, you are good to go.
And another hack, if you're going to saute your onion or fry your onion, make sure you fry it dry so that it releases the flavors. Yes. When you fry, don't be in a rush. Just allow it
caramelize.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, I know. I got you. I got you.
All right, so now I'm going to make incision on the fish. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to make that. It's already cleaned and washed. Okay. Yeah.
So they need to see it because people watching, how do we know it's clean?
Okay.
Yes, so I see that you open it up.
Yes, I open it here on the side and the gills and
all of it. Great.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to make these incisions. When you're making the incisions, be careful not to cut them out.
Okay.
Yeah, but just when you get to the bone, you feel it with your knife.
So be tender with your fish.
Yes, be tender.
That's what Chef Agabo is trying to say here. Be gentle.
Be gentle. Yeah. Treat it
nicely.
Care.
Nice.
Tender love and care.
Great. All right, so much happening here on the show, guys. You can tell from the excitement that, man, there's still so much more. We have not even started. Trust me. There's still so much more on the show, guys. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Our Scubia experts have been looking around this kitchen, literally, aka Mike Mesikeno. Anyways, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Agabos. And guys, if you have just joined us, you are lucky. He's making baked potatoes with mackerel fish. Yeah. And guys, okay, let's not be in a hurry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ingredients. Afterwards, we now explain what is happening over there. On your screen are the ingredients, so let's run through them quickly.
All right, the ingredient we have my fish.
Yeah.
My potato is already cooking. Onion puree, garlic puree, salt, wine, soy sauce, and vegetable oil, tomato, fresh oregano, crayfish, parsley, and thyme. I've already used my thyme to marinate the fish, and I have blended chili with spring onion also. So in my marinade, I use salt and garlic puree and the thyme to marinate this. So I'm going to allow it to rest for a bit while waiting for this to get ready.
Okay, guys. Yeah. So just in case you're wondering, what is talking about? So with our Irish potatoes earlier on, we added onion puree in it. And what else are you going to put in it?
Salt.
Just salt.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, you need to feel the aroma.
Yeah.
No way. I mean, I am so going to experience this in my kitchen, guys. Yeah. I'm not even joking. Like, I am not joking. This is so amazing. So amazing. It's such a lovely trick, and it works. Okay. Wow. Interesting
there's something I'm going to do now. Okay, I have crayfish. I'm going to use it to
marinate the fish
just
as
like
well.
Using fish to cook fish. Yeah. So this is seafood. So I'm just going to
sprinkle a little
bit, put some in here.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So it blends with my garlic and my salt.
All right. So while you're doing that quickly, let's get to know a bit of you, like a little bit of you. Right. I know that you've been doing this for over 3 years professionally.
Yeah, professionally.
Yeah. Yes. And how's it been so far?
That's been interesting. That's been an interesting journey, yeah. And sometimes not so cool, but we still move on, right?
Yeah, the hustle is real in Lagos.
We still move on. Like I remember when I came in, when I
moved here from Port Harcourt.
From Port Harcourt to Lagos. I came here for a training, basically. So I came to train for about 3 months, after which I got retained where I trained to be
and now you're like the head instructor. That's so amazing, right?
It's an amazing journey.
Right.
So basically, what I do, I do private chef for people, yes, individuals. I have clients where I do private chef for. We do events, catering to events.
And fine dining as well.
Especially.
Interesting stuff. All right, so enough of the food kitchen talk, guys. Now, you tech lovers need to stand by for this one. Of course, we have Bella Rose and Mike enlightening us on some tech update, guys. What's up?
Until that sucumbia is making you not to see well, Abby.
You don't understand.
Let's hope that our fish is complete by the time this show is done. All right, we head to tech now. I've got Bella Rose in the house. Bella Rose is an OEP tech enthusiast. And of course, this morning we're talking about shows, programs, and movies that can improve your tech intuition. Hello, Bella. Good morning.
Hey, Mike. Good morning.
How far? How you doing? Yep, it is. So we're talking this morning about tech shows and movies or things that can improve, stuff people want to learn about tech, something they can learn, right?
Well, yeah, and then again, stuff that would, I guess, appeal to nerds, tech lovers, etc. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Those ones that are wear the glasses.
And they're actually on Netflix as well. I think the very first one I would suggest is not a... I may get some flack for this, but I think I'm ready for it. It's a Nigerian flick. It's on Netflix, and it's a comedy as well. But you see, they make use of technology. And the reason why I'm putting this on the list is because for techies out there, it may give you something to just chew on, to see how Nigerian movie makers are trying so hard to involve technology in their storytelling, and that's Merry Men Part 2. I know that AY the comedian, he's been criticized for a while about how he chooses to do his movies. But in this movie, Merry Men Part 2, they make use of technology, they make use of GPS, they make use of very interesting tech terms like hacking, firewalls, etc. to achieve their goal. I don't want to give away too much, so I don't give away the plot of the movie, but I think it is worth seeing. There are corrections that I think some techies will want to make about how they choose to address some issues, but I think that regardless, it is an okay watch. So I think that's the very first movie that techies should check out. Second will be High Score. High Score is a documentary. Now, I decided to put this on the list because I find that there are many things that we use today, from smartphones to every gadget that we use today. We don't necessarily know the origination of some of these things or the origin of these things. And so the documentary is a limited series on Netflix. It's about 6 episodes. Each episode is about 40 minutes-ish. And it talks about the story of the guys who made some of the most amazing games that we play right now. So from your Call of Duty to your Pokemon to some of the anime type games that many people are playing, they talk about them. The documentary also, puts the spotlight on a Black American man who was very pivotal to the making of cartridges. Remember when we were very young and we used to play games that required using a cartridge?
Exactly.
And all of those things. We'll be surprised to find out that a Black man is actually largely responsible for creating the cartridge that we knew back in the day, which have now, of course, paved the way for CDs and the likes and the kinds of games that we play now. So that's High Score on Netflix. If you are big on gaming, I think every techie loves to play games. Of course, what with the new announcement of the PlayStation a few months ago. So yeah, High Score I think is pretty cool.
So when are you sending my own PlayStation over now? All right, go ahead, Tomari, go ahead.
Also, another flick I would like to include to this list is one that many Nigerians, but maybe even more specifically, people in the tech ecosystem have taken the fall for. The title of this one is Nigerian Prince. It's kind of sort of Nigerian in that it features a few number of Nigerians in the cast, but it's also it's internationally produced. And it talks about this whole 419 situation. You know that every time a Nigerian is busted for fraud, etc., the tech ecosystem in Nigeria is affected greatly. So they start telling you about how they cannot make payments online because if you are going to make a payment online, they think that you are a 419. or they don't want to sometimes employ Nigerians because they feel like every Nigerian is a hacker or is a 419 person, or how sometimes if they are traveling for some conference or anything like that, they are double checking and profiling them, because as far as they are concerned, if you are a Nigerian with a laptop, you are a 419. So this story definitely kind of, sheds the spotlight on that issue in Nigeria. I'm trying not to give away too much, but I think it's also a really good watch, especially because there are Nigerians in it, and of course explains to you a few things that you need to know, just generally speaking. And of course, it just kind of mirrors the reality for us in a way, as to sometimes why people choose to do these things. They don't necessarily need to have a good reason for it. In fact, there's never a good reason for fraud, to be honest. So it kind of documents that, because I don't think that we've had movies that have really, really shown what it is like, for someone to be a Yahoo person, so Nigerian Prince talks about that. And of course, it draws attention to how foreigners, Westerners will get an email saying, I'm a Nigerian prince and I have money somewhere, but please send me money. And then, the whole 9 yards. And I think that's where it takes its title, Nigerian Prince, from. And if you're more superhero savvy, if you're a Marvel or DC fan, shows like The Umbrella Academy will definitely interest you. So that is also a series. And this one, I like it so much. My brother introduced me to it, and it talks about like 8 children who belong to a family, and they all have superheroes, right? Yeah. One of them is not to have any. But by the time they break down all their superpowers, it is really amazing.
Yep, it is. I remember the movie. It wasn't too long ago. I was done with season 2. And thank you so much, Bella. Thank you so much, Bella. That was quite an interesting discussion there. And we'll get that list on social media. Bella, social media at Bella Rose. What's it now? So that we can put up that list for people. At Bella Rose. Oh, okay. So hit her up at Bella Rose. Please make that list available so that we can go check it out. I'll retweet, and you can check us out at TVC Connect, and also me at Mike Mesqueda. That's it. Thank you so much, Bella. Have a wonderful day. And the second lap is done. One more lap to go. You don't want to miss what we have in store for you. Stay with us.
All right, guys. So we rose just ahead of the sun and everybody else to give you 2 hours on plenty more of great entertainment. Now we're here, third hour about to start, at least 45 minutes of it, all for you.
All for you. The secret to finishing is starting, they say. And what a time it's been so far.
Oh, yes.
Enjoyed every minute of the show.
Enjoying the smells coming from out of the kitchen. Scubia. So our kitchen is ever alive with our extremely talented chef. Chef Agabus is in the building this morning.
Yes, he is.
Joining us for the first time, by the way. Yeah, and I can't wait to have some of his meals.
I can't. Well done, Agabus. All right, so many other things. We have run through tech. Yeah, and of course, so much more, guys. And of course, we have 45 minutes more, people. Please stay with us.
Absolutely. Oh, by the way, just wanted to mention, just before we came on right now, I gave her a compliment which she can't take.
Wow.
Do you want to tell them what you said of yourself? She's all besides herself today, by the way. What did you say?
No, you were making a statement of facts. It wasn't a compliment.
She has
so women,
no
please.
modicum of modesty at all.
Let men define what it is they're doing. Are they complimenting, or they're just
I want you to
making
say,
a statement
oh no,
of facts?
stop.
Oh no.
But no, she's like, yes,
Everyone
I know.
knows that when it comes to modesty, that ship has sailed.
Anyhow, we get better, and let's get started then, okay? But first, please, know that my name is Mazino Appeal. You're humble servant.
You are humble. Wow.
And we have...
and Memo Kwachi, of course. You can stream the show live and other shows as well on TVC at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
And we have a super duper app. It's also available for download on both Android and iOS store. Now it allows you to watch us, like we say, every single day from any single place you might be in the world.
And for more exciting videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at tvcentertainment.tv.
And Friday afternoons are delightful here on Wake Up Nigeria. That's because we kind of like bring you something extra on IG Live.
Yes.
We bring you the guests you want to interact with, and we give you the opportunity to actually talk with them and us at the same time.
Why should I be excited?
Excited about the book? It's a shocking headline that brings you into the reality of things.
Excited might not be the best word to use, but maybe. Okay, so we're looking forward to enlightening people.
Yes.
I think maybe, yeah, so excited.
It's a very catchy
yeah, it
title.
caught my attention.
Very catchy.
Absolutely.
And, you know, it actually brings to mind a conversation I was having with a friend of mine who is an author, and he's working on his next book. And so we're talking at night, and then he was, you know, just running ideas with me on a title. And then I just told him, okay, I'm not going to reveal what the title of the book yet, because it's not out yet. Okay. And then I was telling him that, see, you have to go for a very catchy title. Yeah. One that people would see and be like, curious. Even though the content of the book is something else. Like, well, let it be a catchy one.
No, I don't believe in that
like,
thing. Oh, no.
Maybe like butt enlargements. Are you ready for it?
Wow. And then you open the book, and then the book is motivation.
But I was trying to do a segue there, because I and him were actually talking about former Big Brother star Chloe, who finally admitted that
she had butt surgery.
Yeah.
So the
they always do. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
like,
so
but I don't have any problem. Look, I've said it because
off your mic. We know you don't have a problem. Off your mic.
So people go up and all that. Look, man, see, let people be. My point is, if you ensure that it's safe, if you ensure that it's not a risk to your life, which some can be, and depends on who you go to. But it's when we're trying to make ends meet and all of that.
Where do you stand when it comes to surgery? Going on the knife for beauty?
I personally really do not have a problem with body enhancement. If you have the monies to invest in it,
investments.
It's an investment.
For what?
For
who? Your husband will tell him.
Major investment.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Have you done
an
any?
investment.
Have you done any?
No, I've not.
But if it's possible, you would want to.
What would you want to do?
It's something that I could explore.
What would you want to do?
I beg, let people just live.
Go on.
You really want to ask that question? We know.
I think I'm going to answer it.
But beauty for surgery, surgery for beauty is something that, first off, let me start from the very little ones, tattoos, for instance.
Tattoos,
do you have any?
yeah.
Do you have any tattoos?
Tattoo. No, but I'm planning to.
I don't understand. Why are you thinking about it as tattoo? You don't know if you've had a tattoo or not.
There's a time. There's a time I think I had a temporary one and all of that. I'd always play around with the permanent one. But you know, when you meet someone, when you've had some issues, issues and you see some people, you know, that people tend to stereotype, especially when it comes to security.
Yeah, that's
agencies.
where I'm going.
Once they just go there, you just see the tattoo. You start explaining. Your explanation will be more.
Having something permanently on your body that people have stereotyped others for it's kind of like you have to take a second. You know, but
I love tattoos.
I love the idea of tattoos.
I do.
It's cool.
Growing up conservative, I wasn't allowed to have any. My wife won't let me get any now, but I would like to have a green ornate lizard climbing up the side of my chest.
Makes sense, man. Makes sense.
Do it.
If you were single, if you were single, imagine having like a lizard going up.
Wait, what about it?
Jesus!
It's sexy, man. You'll be like, woo!
And
they give the lizard a name.
Yeah,
lizard.
It's gonna be hidden.
You think anyone's gonna know what special of lizard it is? Like reptile.
A green ornate lizard.
You think anyone's going to go and find out what?
Oh, they think it is a
what
banji.
species? Really,
lizard? Africans don't like art.
Seriously. That'd be bad.
I have a friend
I was thinking of many.
who's got a tiger climbing up his arm. Beautiful.
That's a tiger.
Making sense. You like a tiger?
Show yourself.
You like a tiger? That was you're on TV. You don't know that you're
Crunching tiger.
See, people say no matter how you are, you are like smoke.
Show yourself.
Let me show my news self, please. If you guys don't mind, I want to get up proper and get ready for the news.
All
right, let's do this. Welcome, let's do the news again. So today, let's start here. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, reported 260 new cases of coronavirus overnight, taking the number for the country to a total of 54,463. Plateau State again recorded the highest number with 59 new infections. Rivers came in second place with 27 new cases, followed by Abia with 22. So far, 42,439 people have been discharged, while 1,027 have died from coronavirus complications. We begin again in Abuja, where a new pump price of petrol for the month of September under the price modulation mechanism is now pegged at 151 naira 56 kobo per litre for the depots. This reflection is reflecting the new price adjustment effective from yesterday. That's according to the latest pipeline and product marketing company memo. The Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria had forecast the price about 155 naira per litre. The chairman of the association, however, believes that there is still an element of subsidy because of the prices that were posted for the month of August. For instance, NNPC retailed petrol at 145 naira, when they expect the price should be closer to 155 naira. Petrol price was increased by marketers to between 148 naira and 150 naira per litre in August, as the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency remained silent as regards the guiding retail price for the month. Meanwhile, the Independent Petroleum Markets Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has directed its members in the southwest region of the country to begin sales of fuel at 162 naira. Meanwhile, reactions have continued to trail the increase in the price of petrol announced yesterday, and the minority caucus in the House of Representatives has condemned the increase in the pump price from 148 to 151 naira per litre. Their leader, Ndidu Elumelu, described the increment as unacceptable because it will directly result in more hardship for citizens due to the prevailing economic challenges in the country. Now, he challenged the federal government to come up with strategies that would lead to a decrease, including revamping the nation's refineries. And also, the opposition lawmakers also directed the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency to immediately rescind its decision and revert to the former price. The Nigeria Labour Congress has also rejected the federal government's increase in the pump price of fuel. NLC, through its president Ayuba Waba, stated that it is in shock at the spate of increase of prices of petroleum products in the past months. The NLC president says the increase in the price of petrol in the last 3 months, the hike in electricity tariff, as well as the reduction in the interest rate of savings are targeted at further impoverishing the poor and the vulnerable. According to the statement, NLC will call its organs to deliberate on the development and its next line of action, as it could no longer guarantee industrial peace and harmony. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, says he is hopeful that Nigeria and Ghana will arrive at mutually acceptable resolutions to the trade dispute that erupted some weeks ago. The Speaker, who led a delegation of lawmakers on a diplomatic mission to Ghana, spoke when they were received by his Ghanaian counterpart, Mike Okwaye. Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila said the two-day visit to Ghana is meant to explore legislative diplomacy towards resolving the issues affecting both countries. Alongside the Speaker on the legislative diplomatic mission to Ghana are the Chairman House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Buba Yusuf, Chairman House Committee on Media, Benjamin Kalu, and House Member of ECOWAS Parliament. And German Chancellor Angela Merkel says a critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin, Alexei Navalny, has been the victim of a crime after test results proved he was attacked with a Soviet-style Novichok nerve agent. 44-year-old Navalny was airlifted to Germany late August after collapsing on a flight from a Siberian city of Tomsk to Moscow, which had to make an emergency landing, by the way, in Omsk. He is said to still be in a serious condition. The Chancellor added that the plot was meant to silence Mr. Navalny, raising serious questions which only Russia, the Russian government, can and must answer. Novichok was also used in a 2018 attack on former Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia in the British city of Salisbury, in which they survived, but a member of the public, Don Struges, was killed. Novichok is a deadly group of nerve agents developed by the Soviet Union, the Soviet military, in the 1970s and 1980s. Kremlin spokesman, however, said Germany had not informed it that it believed Mr. Navalny had been poisoned. And that's the news today on Wake Up Nigeria, indeed, all of it.
MM is getting set in the kitchen, and Chef, you and MM, I don't know, what's happening there? That scumbia is looking like it's very ready to enter into. Is it a frying pan? Is it the oven? Where is that scumbia entering?
Well, it's still going to go through a lot of process, but we're going to get there. Yeah, let's not let the cat out of the bag yet. If you're just joining us with me in the kitchen this morning, it's Chef Agabus. Yes, and this morning we are making baked Irish potatoes with mackerel fish. And let's run through the ingredients.
Okay.
And
all right, for the ingredients, we have our potatoes, mackerel fish, salt, wine, soy sauce, onion puree, garlic puree, vegetable oil, tomatoes, or fresh oregano, crayfish, parsley, chili peppers, and that's chives, or they call it spring onion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the ingredients are on the screen right now. And so to replace your chili peppers, you could also use paprika. Yes. And so oregano, parsley, and paprika are very, very, very the interesting herbs and spices that you can use to get all that flavor in your meal.
Dish,
Yes. And then earlier on, let's tell them what we did with the potatoes.
Okay, the potatoes we had to boil with onion puree and salt. So now it's cooked.
So just in case you're wondering, onion puree, no, it didn't come out of a can. It was just blended onions. That's all. So go ahead, please.
All right. So right now, since I'm going to trap all the flavors in this pan right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pan snare this fish. With that same pan, I'm going to pan the potatoes. So I have oil in the pan, a little bit of oil. Then I drop the fish. The fish I've already I had to fillet the fish so that it cooks fast because of time.
Yes, and we also marinated the fish. It went through some intensive
marination
process. Yes. So tell us what you did, what spices you used in marinating the fish.
I used garlic puree. Yes, salt, and I had to use crayfish also to marinate it. So if you are here, and I use my fresh thyme to marinate it. So you can perceive it. The flavors are.
The aroma is here. At what point do we use the white wine?
Okay, the white wine, I use that for the marinade also. Sorry, I forgot to say that. I forgot to say that. I use that for my marinade also. So since I'm having everything in the dish, I can still toss a little bit here.
So
be careful.
When working with wine, you need to be very careful because of its alcoholic content.
Yeah, it can flame up.
And you use very little of it. Don't go and be adventurous and say, let's pour it in. No, don't pour, please. Just a little bit here and there. It actually is it's just, it looks really good.
Yes, already charred.
Ooh, nice.
So it's charred. So all the flavors are trapped in right now.
Nice.
So originally I wanted to bake it. I would have done this, the whole fish on both sides. Just bake for 2 minutes. Then bake it, finish it in the oven. Because of time, I just had to fillet it.
Okay.
So I cook it here, so it doesn't have to spend
more time in the oven. Anymore. Nice.
Yes,
great. This looks interesting. And if you're watching right now, you can see that very little vegetable oil was used just to glaze the pan.
Yes.
Nothing major. Don't go and pour oil in it and say, I'm fine with it. No. This is the process called pan searing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You know your... And if you're watching, so you're also learning as well. So that you can tell while you're making all this, when you turn your kitchen into a laboratory. And people are wondering, what are you doing? Like, oh yeah, I learned it on Wake Up Nigeria. Yes.
All right, so with that same pan, so this pan has a lot of flavors already from the fish. Yes. Okay. So I'm still going to use it to cook my potatoes, right?
Nice.
So my potatoes, just pour this right in here.
Ooh, look at that.
I'll allow it to char a little. While that is doing, I'll just chop my vegetables.
Your parsley.
My parsley and oregano.
Okay.
Yes, I'm adding them.
Into the potatoes.
Into the potatoes.
Wow. Guys, it's about to be a feast in here. Burst of colors and deliciousness all up in one dish, guys.
Yeah.
We're about to blow your mind. And we are going on a quick break, people. There's still so much more on the show. The final lap of the show begins in a bit. Stay with us, people. We'll be right back.
With us, it's our book chat, Thursday, Content 101. How Not to Be a Rapist is a book by Olarenwaju Ojo that was written to teach its target audience of young men between ages of 16 and 21, and it should continue of all ages about consent and how to treat women with respect. Olarenwaju, of course, is here via Zoom, and we'll be talking to him about this interesting book that has got quite a number of people very, very intrigued by its title, How Not to Be a Rapist. Good morning, Olarenwaju. You're welcome.
Hi, good morning.
I must first of all commend you for the title, intriguing title. How did that title come about?
Okay, so basically, it was meant to actually get your attention, you know. So we know everything is all about, okay, rapist. There's a thin line between being a rapist, you know, and not being a rapist. There's a very thin line. So in order for you not to fall into the other side of the line, so that was why we said, okay, Content 101, how not to be a rapist, basically. You know,
okay.
So that's where we got the concept. Yes.
All right. Now, before we delve into the book, let's talk about the Betterment Initiative. We're just seeing that now. What exactly do you hope to achieve by the Betterment Initiative?
Okay, so the Betterment Initiative aims to educate at least 1,000 young men in every local government area of the country, you know, on consent and how to treat women with respect. It is my belief that if we teach people, you know, society expects young men to understand or to know what to do, but nobody actually takes out time to teach them, you know. So what we're trying to do is let's teach them what is right so that when they grow up, it becomes a part of them. There's no excuse, there's no I didn't know, there's no issue of ignorance, you know, in the whole, when it comes to the subject matter called rape, more or less. And then we hope to use that as well to create like an army of peer educators, you know, so that they can also teach those that are coming behind them, you know, and then hold us who are above them to account, more or less. So that's the summary of the initiative, yes.
All right, wonderful. Well done for such an initiative. Now let's delve straight into the book. Your book is divided into 4 parts. Of course, different chapters. The first part is an introduction. The second part, you talk about scenarios, if I remember clearly. The third part, you're talking about relationships, you know, inappropriate relationships. Yeah. And the fourth part, you talk about a message. You actually give a message to the guys and the girls. Let's hit it off first. Let's look at an introductory. Let's start there from the book, where you define the terms. What exactly is rape? What exactly is consent? By your own definitions, what is rape? What is consent? Where do we draw the line? Where and all of that?
Okay, so rape according to the law is penetration of the woman's vagina by a man. Now, our current laws do not recognize women as being rapists, which is why this book was targeted at the young men, basically. But I understand some organizations are working towards correcting that notion, because also boys also get raped, you know. So basically, what rape means is in penetration of the vagina without consent of the woman. You know, that is rape, basically, yes. And then there's a thin line between rape and sexual assault or sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is any sexual gestures, you know, towards the woman without her consent, without her wanting to have it. So in summary, if she doesn't want it, don't bother. You know, don't do it, because you've already infringed on her rights, basically.
Wonderful.
You know,
wonderful.
So yeah.
Wonderful. Part 2 talks about scenarios. Let's do a very fast overview. Scenarios. What do you mean by scenarios there? What are you talking about? Scenarios where rape and all of that can be concerned?
So we all found ourselves in certain scenarios where we are thinking, oh, should I do this or should I not? You know, so the scenarios make it very clear what constitutes rape if you're in a particular scenario. For instance, a prostitute, you know, you cannot have sex with a prostitute without her consent, even if she's a paid sex worker, you know.
Okay.
You can't force your girlfriend because she's your girlfriend. You know,
All
you cannot
right, all
have
right.
anything
Okay.
to do with an underage child. You know, you can't have sex with someone who is intoxicated. You know, someone who is intoxicated cannot give you consent. You know, so
Okay.
it breaks down all these things in a
All of
clear
that.
and predictable manner. Yes.
All right, then now, the third part and the final part. The third part, you're talking about inappropriate relationships and, of course, your message. Let's talk about your message now. The fourth part, where you talk about your message, and I think that encapsulates what the book, that encapsulates what the book is all about, how not to be a rapist. That's your message. What's that message which you have in the final part of that book?
So the message to the boys is rape is not, you can't tolerate it, you know, you can't side with someone who is a rapist, you can't be a rape apologist, you know. I spoke to the guys, I spoke to the ladies as well, which is use your voice more often, you know, make your concept clear so that there's no confusion with the guys, you know. So those are some of the things that then there were advices to the parents as well, you know, watch your children, study them, don't be too far from them. You know, these are conversations we have to have so that, you know, they don't fall prey to these vices, more or less. You know, so those are the things that we discussed in the
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Olarinwaju. This is wishing you the best. And, of course, on the BMI initiative, let's hope that all the support that you need, you get it. And kudos. Let's hope this book gets into the hands of people who definitely need the book to learn how not to be rapists. Thank you very much, Olarinwaju. Have a wonderful day. All right. Hope you're able to get something from that particular book. All right. Mazino is just jumping around. I don't know why he's jumping and getting so excited. Oh, God, this is not bike race. Just calm down, right? But let's go check out, let me go join you guys and check out how far. Hope you guys are done in that kitchen, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Scooby is not there.
Oh, Benny Mazino is not
No, naturally, I'm not really a fish fan. But after seeing and smelling all of this, I can't wait to taste it. Yeah, I can't help it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, this is...
This fish is scissors. We use and cut this fish.
All right, guys, this is Chef Agabos, and breakfast is served. This is baked Irish potatoes and mackerel fish.
Yes.
So, Agabos, over to you. Tell us, how did you put together this delicious yam sap?
Agabos, that's your name, Shai. Agabos. I like that
It's actually a Greek name. Means
Greek name?
beloved.
Beloved.
From agape.
Oh, agape.
As distraction tactics. He's aiming for that. Don't believe it.
This fish is scissors. We use and
All
cut
right.
this fish.
Okay, it's I could call this a one-pot dish because the potatoes and everything we built the flavor in just one pot.
Minutes.
Yes, in one pot. Yeah. So I had to boil the potatoes with onion puree and salt. I did that. Strain it. With a pan, I had to pan snare the fish.
Okay.
With that same pan too, I use it to pan snare the potatoes. So all those flavors are locked in here. So then I had to put it in the dish and bake it for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy.
Nice.
I thought this explanation, Shai.
Okay, so please.
All right. Okay. So
There's one pot. You're supposed to eat inside the plate.
if you want to,
there's not one pot.
Yeah. Like, that's not exactly the idea.
That's not the idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not in on that.
okay.
No, Sukumbia is from the where is it now? The Niger Delta. That's where you get that name from.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
That's
You refer to it as
As
Scooby always,
Scooby,
and
yes.
he said he's from Port Harcourt, and he used
no,
to.
he actually grew
See
up
the
in
thing
Port
here?
Harcourt.
The thing is when you go to the market, you're going to say you want mackerel.
So
you're going to have a problem.
You know,
Hey, thank you. Oh God, are you cold? Are you? As in, thank you very much.
no, don't worry.
Are you okay?
No,
You have vlog that is not going to come. You'd have not been looking at this thing like this.
Alrighty, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Oops.
Okay. So I'm just going to put this on here, please.
Okay.
Let us
Okay.
know.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get everything on that one fork. Yeah.
My God.
Wow.
No long stories today. Like I said, I'm not a fan of fish, but I will eat this and eat that as well. It is
August enter his voice.
Let me use it now. Let me use the voice now. But this is delicious.
Fish.
Oh, wow, it's been an
Agabus,
exciting show
Thank you for
today.
having me
Thank you
here.
so much,
Thank
Chef
you.
Agabus, for
I
putting
really
this together.
appreciate
This really
And it's his first time, by the way.
Yes, making his debut on the show. Thank you very much.
you.
And to all our guests who joined on the show today, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And
So
it's-
tomorrow is going to be a very special day.
Yes,
We're going to give our
it
week
is.
of tribute to Chadwick Boseman. It's going to be very, very
on
special.
the movie segment.
You don't want to miss that one.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that one. Of course. We'll see you tomorrow.
And in Titi's voice, it is game day. Game day. That's tomorrow. So join us again tomorrow, same time, same station. We'll be in your faces. For now, bye-bye.